I'm Sonia. I'm a second-year OT student at Dalhousie University, and I've been asked to answer a couple of questions about the program. So we'll start off with what a typical day looks like. Our classes usually begin between 9 or 9:30, and then they run until 3 or 4, depending on the day. We have classes in the mornings, and then there's labs in the afternoons. The classes are usually either 2 hours or 3 hours, and then the labs vary in length. We have 60 students per year in the program, and we're broken up into 6 groups with 10 students per group, and these groups are called our learning teams. So for the labs, whenever we need to get together for the labs, we'll work with the people within our learning teams, and we're with them for the entire year. The faculty provides OTs from within the community to come in and act as tutors, basically, to help facilitate the labs. The majority of the projects that we have going on is mainly group work, and it's within the learning team, so you just switch different partners, or they break you up into 3s or 4s. So you spend a lot of time with the people in your faculty, and again, there's only 60 of us, so it's very close, and you get to know everybody pretty well. A lot of time is spent on studying and reading and doing group work. Like I said, there's quite a bit of that. We also do quite a bit of role plays, which can be a little intimidating at times, but it does get you to come out of your comfort zone a little bit and experience the part of being a client and both the therapist, so you can see both sides, and it helps, it really does. Okay, so some of the main differences between an undergrad and a graduate program is tuition. It's quite a bit more expensive per year as a program. It's also a full year program, so it runs nonstop. First year, you start in September, and then you end the second last week in August. So it leaves you with about a week and a half, almost 2 weeks of a break. And then second year, you again start regular time in September, and we go until June, and then we have a month off to study for our final national exam. The program is only 60 students, like I had said, so I had been quite accustomed to having larger classes in my undergrad, and you don't necessarily always learn everybody, where this, because it is such a close program and we spend all our time together, non-stop, basically, at school, outside of school, doing work, group projects, everything like that. It's quite close-knit. The registration, it's called block registration, so you don't actually get to pick what courses you want to take. They're already chosen for you. So when you sign up, you just select the semester that you're in, and all the courses have already been decided. And again, it's just the same group of 60 students. We do a lot of role plays. That was something that a lot of us had to get pretty comfortable with. And the further in you go into the program, the more of them that you do. Our exams, we have both written exams, and then we have simulated client exams. So we'll learn things throughout the year, how to work with clients of different populations, and then for the exam we'll have either a professor, or they'll bring in actors from the community to come in and act out a certain disorder, maybe, or for them to have a disease, and we have to figure out either what's wrong or how to set up goals to work with that client. So yeah, that's something that I've never had to do in an undergrad, so it's quite a bit different way of testing, for sure. And another thing that as a class we found was a big difference between undergrad and grad is hearing the term "it depends." it got a little frustrating because whenever you ask a question, the answer sometimes, most of the times, it would be it depends. And I think we're more accustomed to having a clear-cut answer, where this working as an OT, it really, again, it depends on the client that you're working with, and the situation and their environment. Every single person you see is going to be different, so you just have to work client to client, basically. And we sort of, as frustrating as we had found it first year, now when first years ask us questions, we'll catch ourselves saying or answering to them, it depends. So it's come full circle, basically. My favorite part about becoming an OT is just how widespread and broad the practice of occupational therapy really is. When we graduate, we're just general OTs, which means that we can choose any practice that we like and work there. But it also means that if we want to change things up, we can always do that as well. It's a very hands-on profession and program too, so that's what I really like about it, and it allows you to become really creative, and depending on the populations or clients that you're working with, you'll get to try out different things, and it'll get you to think on your feet quite a bit more, and it's just very rewarding to see people reach their goals. The populations that we work with range from neonatal to palliative, with physical, developmental, cognitive deficits, just to name a couple. So it's very broad, and I think that's my favorite part, just the fact that you can actually switch different areas, try something new. It's always a little interesting.